separated.
Hey guys, Nate from Richard's Guitar Studio, and today we're going to go over the song Come Out and Play by the Offspring. And I have the tabs linked in the description. Go ahead and find those, open them up, and we'll go over each part together. The first part, part A, is just a couple of palm muted open notes like this. So it's the open E string, and then the B string and the E string together as a chord, twice. So E, chord, chord. Alright, and you'll hear that in the intro. There's a little drum beat, and then the guitar has those three notes. Then the main riff kicks in like this. Alright, so you have a power chord on the 7th fret, low E string. So 7, 9, 9. And I do it like this, 1st, 3rd, and 4th fingers. So you have one of those, and then as you're moving to the next chord, which is the A string, 5th fret, 5, 7, 7, as you move to that next chord, you're going to hit a muted chord. So you have the 7th fret, and then mute, and then this 5th fret. And the way I strum that is down, down, up. So down, down, up. Once you have that, then you go to the 2nd fret of the low E string and you play a power chord there. And I do that with an upstroke. And then you move to the 5th fret of the low E string. That's an up down. Alright. So 7th fret, 7, 9, 9, muted, 5, 7, 7 on the A string, back to the E string, 2nd fret, then the 5th fret on the E string. Alright? And if you look in the tabs there, if you're not familiar with the picking symbols, the square-shaped one is a down and the V-shaped one is an up. So I would sit down with that and practice that strumming. That's going to help you get the groove of the song down. Alright? Down, up, down, like that. Alright, so one more time slowly. Alright, and that just keeps going over and over and over again. Okay, so once you have all those power chords down, then you have the next part, which is a 1st finger bar on the E string and the B string, just 2 strings on the 7th fret, and you have this chord. And what you're going to do is you're going to play that 7th fret 3 times, and then slide to the 10th fret, play that 3 times, slide down to the 5th fret and do that twice. So 7, 10, 5. What I do is I keep the tip of my index finger touching the side of the 3rd string. That way I don't accidentally get that open note. So it kills it, just in case I accidentally hit it. That way it sounds clean. Alright, so that's that little lead part in there. Alright, and that goes 4 times. After that, you have the clean guitar part. It sounds like this. Now that part is probably the hardest part in the song. You start on your 2nd finger on the 7th fret, low E string, and you're going to hammer on your 3rd finger on the next fret, like that. So pick, hammer. Then you go to the next string, 6th fret with your 1st finger, and play 6, 7. So do those 4 notes in a row, 7, 8, 6, 7. After you do that, you're going to play that 2nd finger again and slide up and down to the 9th fret. So 7, 9, back to 7. So you have 7, hammer, 6, 7, 7 again, slide back. Then you go back to the 6th fret, then back to the E string, 8th fret, and then the 7th fret. 7 again, 8, 7. So I'll start from that little slide again. So you have the slide from 7 to 9, back to 7, then 6th fret, and 8, 7. So the whole thing slowly. Like that. I would definitely check out the tabs for the picking on that, because it is a fast little riff. So the picking is really going to help you out to get the speed. I'll demonstrate that now, but also kind of sit down with it and really practice it. So you have down, hammer, and then alternate down, up, down, slide, slide, and then down, up, down, down, up, down, down, hammer, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. There's a lot of down, up, down in there. Okay, the next part, I have two different versions. I have a beginning version and then the advanced version. Let's all start with the beginning version, and then go from there. So that you're going to go back to that 7th fret power chord, but you're only going to play 2 notes on it, like the 7 and the 9. You don't need that pinky back there. All right, you just need 2 strings. And you're going to palm mute all this. You're going to do this 3 times, then the 2nd fret 3 times, and then the 5th fret twice. So like that. Then you're going to go back to this chord, 7th fret, and then twice on the 5th fret on the A string, 5th and 7th fret. Then back to the E string once on the 2nd fret, and then 5th fret twice. So that second half goes like this. 7, 7, 7, 5, 5, 2, 5, 5, like that. Alright, so the whole verse has those 2 parts back and forth. So I'll play them now. 7, 2, 5, 7, 5, 2, 5. Alright. Once you get that, the advanced version has a couple little down ups in there, and that's we're going back up the frets. So it sounds like this. So down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So you're really shifting chords on the upstroke. If you check out how I have it on the tab there, you see that the upstroke is where you move the chord. The second half, there's only one of those little down ups, and that's at the very end. Down, down. So the second half again. And that like starts the riff over again. So. Once you have that, then there's this little pre-chorus thing in there. We play in the 7th fret of the A string. We're going to go back to our full power chords here, 7, 9, 9. And it goes like this. Alright, so we have 7th fret, twice, 10th fret, 10, 12, 12. And those are all just downstroke quarter notes. Then you go to the 9th fret and you do down up, and then another muted chord, and then you're back to the 7th fret on the low E string. Right, so once you get that, you're going to play this chord again with an upstroke, and then land on the 10th fret on the E string. That's the end of that little pre-chorus. So you have alright. And again I have the tabs or picking symbols written on top of the tab. Alright, so that's that riff. Then you're going to go back to the verse riff. Alright. And what happens after that little pre-chorus? They accent the first chord of the verse part like that, and then kind of jump back in like that. Like that, okay. That's just one little variation on there. Then you're going to, after you do that verse riff again, then you're going to jump up to the 9th fret on the A string, play a quarter note, and then a bunch of 8th notes. Like that. And it's sort of building up to the chorus. So the chorus is back to the main riff in the beginning, letter B. There's a little rest there. Alright, do that a couple times, 2 times. Then on the 3rd time, after you do this, after you do that 2 times, then you're going to go back to the 7th fret on the A string, 7, 9, 9, and play this. Alright. Then you jump back to the E string, 8th fret. That's a 7. Alright. Now we have a little variation to the B riff, like this. And instead of going back to 7, it goes all the way down to 2. Like that. Alright, so I'll start at the beginning of that section. And then it finishes up with one more of those letter B riffs. Alright. So after you have this little break, like that, and that's the end of the chorus. And basically, you just do that. That's the whole song. You just repeat all that stuff that I just showed you, and you do it about 3 times. You do the whole song twice, and then the 3rd time it just doesn't have the verse in there. You just jump right to the pre-chorus. So those are all the parts. Definitely use the tabs on this one to practice, and then use this video as a way to kind of supplement that and as a demonstration. And have fun with this one, and let me know if you have any questions.